and I want us to quickly run on the broadcast. Go to the book of Genesis 1. We're looking at a completely different topic. And this is the start of that topic. And we're looking at the Holy Spirit, God, the Holy Spirit. We just want to look at our dimensions, try to understand Him. And it's very, very important. It's so crucial in the Christian walk if we really want to succeed and fulfill the purposes of God. Genesis 1. If you want to understand the personality of the Holy Spirit, you need to go back to the first step, the book of beginnings, to see the first mention of His personality. And we'll begin to pick up from there. Like I said, this is a very, very crucial topic that we need to really, really grasp. And we'll try to do as much as we can with it. And so here we go. This is the first attempt. And He will help us. And He will help you. Genesis 1, I'm going to read Genesis chapter 1. I'm going to read from verse 1 to 3. And it says, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. There you begin to see the Godhead in full operation. You know, all three personalities of the Godhead are actually working in this particular place. But we need to look at it critically from other light in scriptures, so we know decipher who and who we're dealing with at every single point in time. But one thing is very clear. In verse 2, you can see the clear mention of the personality of the Holy Spirit. Very, very clear. It was clearly mentioned here. And the Bible says, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. The Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. In verse 1, you see the mention of God. In the beginning, God. That word God is Elohim. If it's translated literally in English, it means the gods. And the gods and the gods refers to God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. You know, so you see the triune nature of God, the very fact that the Father, the Son, and the Spirit are actually in operation in creation. You know, every one of them, all the personalities of the Godhead are working at this particular point in time. You know, so you see, the gods created the heaven and the earth. Then in verse 3, now actually zeroed in to one of the personalities of the Godhead, which happens to be the Holy Spirit, and which is our main concentration in this particular series we're working. He said the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. That word moved means to incubate or to brood. That means the Spirit of God rested upon the face of the waters. He brooded, incubated the face of the waters. Some translations will say that He wrapped the earth. That means at that particular point in time, the Holy Spirit convert the whole earth. You know, it's such a mighty, mighty Spirit of God. He covered the whole earth. He moved upon the face of the waters. And in verse 3, we see the word speak. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. So you begin to see, because the Bible says that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was God, and everything was made by Him. So we begin to understand, you see, this dimension of the Spirit of God, of the Godhead in operation. We have seen the Spirit. The Father released the Word. You know, and what we have, creation begins to take place. Each one of them begins to function and get things done. From here, you begin to see something about the Holy Spirit. You begin to understand that He has to come if there's any result. He is the power of the Godhead. He is the power of the Godhead. You begin to see Him brood and rest upon the waters before there was any creation. That means the Godhead will not act until the Holy Spirit comes. The Godhead will not act until the Holy Spirit comes. You didn't hear a sound from Him, but you could see His action. There was no sound. There was no noise. The Bible says just brooded upon the face of the waters. The word was released, which we heard, but He was gentle. There was no sound. There was no voice, but you can see His power. And you can see his impact and the result that it generated. So we have this first introduction to this personality of the Godhead, and you begin to see critically his characteristics. You can see the nature, his nature. There was no sound, no noise, but the result is there. And the fact is that things will not happen unless it's there. And the first contact in creation, you begin to see nothing happened until it came. There was chaos. If it did not come, nothing would have happened. We'll look deeper into it when we go forth into that broadcast. God bless you.